Wolverine.
And we'll see what happens. So often, you just have your nose in the wrong place at the wrong time. And we talked about Chris Webber getting hit in practice, and then, of course, he comes back the very first game, in the first few minutes, gets hit in the same way.
Weber hopes to have the mask off in 1 week. Might have to have it in the Purdue game next Sunday, you'll see here on CBS, but after that, they say it'll be clear. Rose hits the three this time, and Riley trying to get position underneath, called for the foul.
Yeah, the basket counts. You see how Jalen concentrated on that shot, Jim? He stuck right with it, followed it all the way into the basket. This guy, Ace Earl, he is everywhere down in the post, both on the offensive and defensive end of the floor. Has only averaged throughout his career 2 fouls a game.
Weber comes in for Riley, who sits with 3.
I'm talking about fouls committed, not fouls on the line. So that's amazing that he plays well within himself.
And he has not fouled out of a game since his freshman year.
Correct.
You asked me that question when we had that game at Duke.
That's right.
Who was the player that never fouled out of a game
in his career? Will Chamberlain. I'm going to give you one today, all right?
You know how many times my answer there, by the way, was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
As Lou Alcindor at UCLA fouled out of 2 games. I had to go back home and look it up.
Oh, you did?
Only 2 times.
But I'm going to give you one today, okay? And I hate to break up this game. A very important day today.
But you're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, I am. One man more important to what we're doing right now and the Super Bowl than any man in the history of sport. And I'm going to tell you what it was.
Wait, it has something to do with this game?
With the basketball that we're watching and today's Super Bowl. You know what it was? Dr. Naismith.
Barnes on the steal, and Iowa takes the 2-point lead.
First time they picked one on the inbounds pass.
Rose ties it at the other end. All right, how
I'll
about
tell you
Naismith?
why. Naismith is the man that basically invented the football helmet. So without him, we don't have basketball. Without him, you don't have football. So who's more important than that? I close my case.
But you started talking about the Super Bowl. That's where you threw me off. Winters makes the move. Over the back is Millard.
Yep.
You talk about Naismith. I'll throw one at you. Okay. You know this, though, I'm sure.
I don't know.
The only coach in Kansas history with a losing record. Dr. James Naismith.
I didn't say he could coach. I said he's important to the day today. Yeah, that is our...
He got out of coaching to invent the football helmet. Yeah, there you go. Millard with the foul, his first. And this is a 1-and-1. It's only 9 against Iowa. Next one will be the double bonus. Howard's already missed the front end of a 1-and-1.
Well, Iowa started off, as we said, in a very emotional pitch, down 9-0. They've done a fine job to get back in this one.
That puts Michigan in front. This guy had 20 rebounds in the game against Wisconsin this season.
And 18 points. Pretty active.
Millard with a forceful rebound.
Good rebound. Nobody in the low post now, just spreading things out. Trying to get some back screens.
Under a minute to go in the first half.
You'd think they'd want to have Val Barnes put one up here from somewhere. Get him the ball. We're down to 14 seconds.
Glasper better look up at the shot clock. Now at 10.
Here comes Barnes following around, doesn't get the ball.
Winters will take it. Bosco blocked it. And Howard snares it.
Smart play by Howard. You know, realizing he's got time on the clock to get one last shot. Doesn't force a bad pass. And there's that 1-2-2 zone. Iowa State in a good part of this half. How about Bosco down in the deep corner, Jim? Go inside and hit Bosco. He made his last one from the corner.
Under 10.
There he is.
He's got the shot from the corner.
Oh, Weber on a push.
And that's going to be his third.
Well, that was good execution by Michigan. They got Voskuhl the shot where he made the last one, and Chris Weber picks up a cheap foul with 4 seconds to go. The only good news about that for Chris Weber, he gets to take that mask off.
So now in the double bonus, they'll shoot 2. Looking Bill will shoot 2. Could give Iowa the lead at halftime. By the way, we see Iowa right now with 43 points, the most points scored on Michigan this entire season, Billy. Might surprise you.
Duke University.
Duke.
Yep.
79 points.
Right.
So Iowa way ahead of that pace. The game is tied. Now with one more, Looking Bill.
Jim, we haven't given this Michigan club enough credit for the way they've been playing this year. You know, last year they outspoken Nebraska, Fab Five. This year they're playing solid basketball.
The 4.5 team try to go behind the back. We got a tie game at the half. Michigan scored the game's first 9 points, but Iowa comes back to tie it at the intermission. So at the end of the first half, the score, Michigan 44, Iowa 44. A Wolverine win that probably moved to number 3 in the polls. An Iowa victory will move into the top 10 with Seton Hall falling back this week.
Yeah, interesting. Voskuhl starting here in the second half. Maybe Steve Fisher likes the way he put up those jump shots. Made one, missed one.
Almost stolen by Winters.
Now there's a case where Winters started off all the way up at the top of the key in the 1-2-2 zone and works his way right back down to the baseline. Covers a lot of ground from that position in their zone defense. Pick up man-to-man out of bounds. Drop back into the zone. Most people do the opposite. Go zone out of bounds and try to pick up man-to-man.
Under 10 on the shot clock. 5 on the shot clock. Weber just in time.
Good three-point shooter, Jim.
And he is their top three-point shooter.
Yes, sir. Excellent.
11 now for Weber.
That's 21 of 47 three-pointers on the year for Chris Weber. He doesn't mind putting them up out there. He's an excellent shooter. Again, there's that double team from the weak side.
Barnes with a 3 of his own to tie it at 47.
Now Barnes right at a 40% three-point shooter, so obviously the 2 best on these 2 clubs. Here again, Rose using the left-hand side of the court.
Jimmy King. Long rebound to Earl. Smith in the middle. Pull-up jumper. He's hit a couple like that today.
Even though he made that, that was not a good idea.
Almost stole it.
Nobody was under the boards. Would have been a complete turnaround for Michigan. Got to wait on some people.
Howard. A lot of bodies around him. Barnes has it in the corner.
ACO looking for the lob.
Three-pointer. Long rebound right back to him. Looking Bill. Good pass to Earl.
Nice team play by Iowa.
And the crowd is on its feet.
Another coaching point that Michigan said yesterday in practice. Let the ball bounce around to get set up against the press.
A push outside. I think it's on Winters.
Jalen Rose had the big game last year against Iowa. Hitting 34 against them. Now becoming more aggressive off the dribble.
Looking Bill sits. Winters, by the way, with his second personal foul. Howard. ACO with the outlet to Smith. On the wing to Barnes. Running one-handed.
You know,